Hi, I'm Councilwoman Laura Pastor, and I am here in the heart of the city. I am at Hope's Crossing, 1632 West Camelback, and I'm here with Laura Bulluck, who is the founder and CEO of Hope's Crossing.
Yes, yes.
What exactly is Hope's Crossing?
Well, thank you, Councilwoman Pastor, for coming and visiting our space today. I'm so excited about that. Hope's Crossing is a community resource center for women who are at risk and needing to reclaim their life so that they can live whole and healthy lives. And so we're providing all types of programs and services for these women to be able to get access to the resources they need, be able to have a sustainable life and a healthy family.
So I'm going to break that down a little bit.
Okay.
Is that job training? Is that helping writing a resume? What exactly, as a woman, I would walk in and say, hey, I need some help?
Well, it's very diverse. So we are doing life skills training. I don't know. We are doing job readiness and resume development, and all of that type of preparation. And we're also helping women build healthy self-esteem, good decision-making skills, and to be able to have family reunification, which is their long-term goal.
So for me, what I hear when you say life skills, it's really building leadership skills. And what I mean by leadership skills, it's really how do I communicate in a way that people hear me? How do I work with others as a team? And also, how do I work independently and able to meet my goals? Okay.
And also what those same skills are transferable into the family. So how do I communicate with my children? How do I communicate with siblings and other members of my family so that families can be restored and have a healthy setting where they are as well?
Now, in this process, does, as you're working with the women, does this also include the family? Can the family be part of the journey in the sense of resources?
For community resources, yes, but in our particular programming, it's just working with the women themselves.
Okay, and then helping them transfer those skills into the family.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It's wonderful.
I'm only saying that because even as an educated woman and the role that I'm in, I sometimes need some of that guidance in order to deal with some difficult situations or difficult conversations or sensitive conversations. And how do I do it in a delicate manner, but yet in a stern?
And one of the things that's really important in this process is we help women learn how to tell their story. Right, because a lot of them have been through some very traumatic experiences and family has distanced themselves. So how do I get back into good graces with family? And it starts with sharing your story and how did you get to where you were?
So can you give me an example of a story?
Sure. So we have a young lady, Dominica, who spent 8 years in prison. Her children was very, very young when she went into prison. And when they came out, they're either adults or they're older teenagers. And so, you're not my mother. What do you mean? You want to give me discipline? You want to talk to me about what my life should look like? You've been away. And so we had to work with her very closely to help her first talk about where she's at. How did I get to this place? And although I may have been gone, I want to restore a healthy relationship with you first, respecting you as the person that you are, but also respect my journey, respect my story, and I respect yours. So that mutual respect coming together builds that really healthy space where they can share, be open and transparent about how they feel and what they want from each other.
So it's really an understanding of each other.
Yes.
Where distance has separated them, choices have separated them.
Yes.
And now the choice is reunification and coming back together. And how do we work together because we've been gone?
Yes. And
really learning one another and shifting into a new process of family.
Yes, because, you know, that family dynamic has shifted significantly, right? And so being able to speak to that shift, respecting each other, and we say we have to honor your story. We have to honor your story because it's yours. And the fact that you want to share it with us has to have meaning. And so when we say this family has shifted and the dynamic of the family has shifted, that's what we're saying. What you knew no longer exists. And so how do you build that new family and what you want that new family to be grounded in? And what are those values now of that new family?
So if I'm a woman that feels this Hope's Crossing is for me. How do I sign up?
Well, you come in, you can either call the office, you can go to our website at www.hopescrossing.org. They can connect to us from that process, and we schedule the appointment with them. We're also connected to many community agencies in this District 4 and other districts that refer women into us. So we have many channels where they can connect to us, but basically make that commitment and say, I want to start something new for myself. I don't like where I've been and I want to go someplace new.
Would schooling be an option, like getting a certificate or going to a community college and getting some type of retooling?
Yes, so there are a couple of different ways that we do that. We support them through GEDs, the GED process. So we give them the opportunity to have that tutoring. We give them the opportunity to have access to those services that are needed. And then we will actually support them in the GED fees that have to be paid. We also have community service available and volunteerism available, so they're able to build those skills that they may need for the workforce. And then also being able to connect them with those resources and employers and other types of agencies where they can get some real on-the-job training and some paid training.
So Laura, I want to thank you for sharing a moment with me. Really appreciate the great work that you're doing with Hope's Crossing.
Thank you very much.
You are changing women's lives, but it's not about just women's lives, you're changing families' lives.
Yes.
Really appreciate the work and continue.
Thank you
Let
so
me know
much.
where I can help you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Councilwoman.
I'm Councilwoman Laura Pastor in the heart of the city, Rockin' District 4.